Hello, my name is Tammy Jansen, and I'm going to use QuickBooks Accounting 2015 to work on Chapter 2, Case Problem 3. We're going to prepare financial reports for Jason Gallus, Attorney at Law, using that file. We're going to work problems 1 through 9. Number 1 asks us to prepare a standard balance sheet as of 1/31/12. So we'll go up to Reports, Company Financial, Balance Sheet Standard. And of course, we need to change the date. And this is as of 1/31/2012. And if I just tab over, it refreshes instead of hitting the refresh key. The next thing, we're going to go to Customize Report. Go under Header and Footer. Always put your name in here. And it asks us, we're going to go to Fonts and Numbers to do it without cents. Go back to Header and Footer. And it asks us to take off the date prepared, time prepared, and report basis. And we can memorize this as Balance Sheet 1. So I put that up here in the report title and say OK. Then I'm going to memorize Balance Sheet 1 and save it under my name, my report group, and say OK. And of course I have to name it a different name. I've already given it one of those names. So we'll go ahead and put a couple of spaces in there and say OK. So it saved that report. That's number 1. Okay, we'll escape and go back to reports for number 2. It asks us a standard balance sheet as of 2/29/12. Company Financial, Balance Sheet Standard. We're going to tab over here, change the date to 2/29/2012. I'm going to tab and it refreshes it. Same thing, we're going to go to Customize Report, Fonts and Numbers. It asks us to format it without cents. And go back to Header and Footer. Of course, put my name in here. Okay, and then it says to do without date prepared, time prepared, or report basis. And we want to put a percent with the percent in the column, as you can see right there. And memorize this report. Go back to Header and Footer, and it's balance sheet number 2. And OK to save that. So we're going to go ahead and memorize it. Balance sheet 2, save it under my report group. And OK, there's number 2. Number 3, escape to go back. And we're going to go to transaction list by date report for the month of January. So I can go back to my reports, my memorized report under Tammy Jansen. We'll use that balance sheet 1 that we just created. It should be January. Transaction list date report. We'll just go ahead and pick one of these accounts receivable. And we're going to do it for the month of January. Change the date. Okay, and then we can tab or refresh, either one. We can see the transaction there. So we want to go into customize this report. And without a date or timestamp, put my name in here. Say, okay, we have that in there. And then we want to name this January. Transactions, so I just tab down and change the name here. And I'll have to put an extra space in there. Later on you'll see. Okay, so go ahead and say OK. I'm going to pretend I'm going to print it. So a preview will make sure it's landscape, so I can cancel out of there. So let's memorize this. January transactions, like I said, I'll have to put a space in there. Save it under my report group, and OK. There's number 3. Number 4, we're going to escape out of there. We're going to go back to reports, memorized, under Tammy Jansen. We're going to do the balance sheet number 2 with the space, because this should be for the month of February. And it says in landscape without a date or time prepared stamp, so customize report, header, footer, and it's got date or time prepared, so we can go ahead and put report basis back on there. And then we want to call this February transactions. Oh, excuse me, cancel out of there. We want to go back into accounts receivable, a transaction list by date report for the month of February. And we have that, so we're going to go into here, change the date to February, refresh. Okay, then we want to go into customize report, header and footer, take the date and time off of there, put my name in here. excuse me, that was my timer. I'm over 5 minutes already. So go ahead and say, okay, we're gonna name this February transactions. Okay, and so we have that one. We're gonna go ahead and memorize this. In my name, February transactions. I have to put a space in here, just since I've already done this one. Say okay. We've saved that one. Number 5, report of those transactions recorded in January 2012. So we're going to go back to the reports, our memorized, Tammy Jansen. We'll go back to that first balance sheet, should be in the month of January. And we want a list of the transactions that affected accounts payable. So we scroll down here, double click on accounts payable, and without a report basis, we got to make sure we're in January here. Refresh, customize the report, go into header and footer, and the report basis or date, time, and report basis are all taken off. Put our name in here. Okay, and then we want to memorize this as January accounts payable transactions. Okay, and then we'll go into memorize, save as, save it under my name. Same thing here. Gotta put a space. Say okay, and we've saved that one. Now we want to drill down from the accounts payable owed on 1/31/12 for item 6, locate a bill. Okay, so we're going to go into accounts payable. Of course, we got to make this in January. And refresh, okay. From Randall Leasing, double click on this one. What is this bill for? It is for rent expense. What is the amount due? It was $5,600. Of course, now it shows paid. And that's it for that one. Okay, and then the report, number 7, a report of those transactions recorded in January 12 that was affected by accounts receivable. So we go back up here, double click, without a report basis or date or timestamp. So we go to customize reports, go into header and footer, date, time, and report basis. Put my name in here. Okay, and then we want to label this January accounts receivable transactions. Take that out, go ahead and say okay. We're going to go memorize this, save memorized under Tammy Jansen. Of course, I have to put a space in there. It's already telling me I didn't get the space put in there. There we go. And we save that, and that's memorized. Number 8 is to drill down from the accounts receivable balance due as of 1/31/12. So we go back to accounts receivable, Okay, and then we locate. First, we have to change it to January. Refresh. Locate invoice 563. We double click on that. And it says who is the client with the customer's Epic. And what was billed to the client is they were billed for tax consulting and tax services. Okay, can escape out of there. And then number 9, drill down from the accounts receivable. Double click on that again. We're still in January 31st of 12. Locate a cash receipt on 1/27/12. So we need to make sure we're in the month of January. Receipt of 1/27/12 right here. Double click on that. When it said who is the client making the payment, Venturity. And what is the payment for? The quickest way I went was this one here. As you can see, the invoice is dated 12/8/11. So I went to this customer, Venturity. Click on the customer up in the menu bar, Venturity. And then I could click on this invoice dated 12/8/11. And I could see they were billed for tax services. And that's the end. Thank you.